Didn't realize
Yeah.
Wolf was
Finalist that year, yeah.
finalist that year.
Mm.
Damn, my guy's
Kids
been in the
edition and
game for a long time.
pardon?
My guy's been in the game for a long time.
2011 was Wolf's first season officially when he burst onto the scene.
Didn't he used to be big into timer stalling? Wasn't that like his thing? He would always play down to
No,
timer.
not really. I wouldn't ever say that. I think there's maybe some teams that he's had that are probably a bit more memorable to people. I think from past events where it did take advantage of that aspect of the game. His Worlds team in 2016 definitely had the ability to take advantage of the timer if it needed to, but it wasn't essentially the main strategy of the team. It just had that kind of in its arsenal. If you look back to 2013 in Vancouver, I think that's when probably for Wolf, and he probably admit this himself, when he realized that you can't just go in that one direction to take advantage of the timer, because he built a team that year which was totally orientated around abusing the timer in game, and it completely didn't. It unfortunately for him didn't work out, and he didn't have a very good result at that Worlds. But I mean, it's one of those things you always say to me, you learn from your experiences and move on from there and don't repeat the same thing again. And he did that, he went on 3 years later, win world championships. So, but yeah, I think those things probably got a bit it's like always, you're going to have big names in any sport that you do where people get hung up on certain things or remember certain things. And then that's, maybe something that players get remembered for more than what it was really. And I think that's one of those cases where, he's just smart with all of the things. He takes advantage of every aspect that he can do in the game. And I think it's a good example for a lot of players to kind of consider those things as well when they're team building and playing and things like that. But yeah, I wouldn't ever say that's one of his traits for his gameplay. I think it's always something in the back of his mind, and if you're playing him, it's something that he will take advantage of, because at the end of the day, winning is all that matters. And
it's actually really interesting. I was talking to, what it's like. I feel really awkward explaining it to people, but my boss at work, I was talking to him about it, and I was like, people always ask me where I go, because I random trips to Europe, like, oh, what are you doing? And I explain it to people, and he was sort of asking how it works, and I was just like explaining it. And not a lot of competitive games. I guess if you look at a lot of competitive sports, it's like that, but a lot of esports, they're not like, you don't come across many that are solo based. And to be consistent in a game where the player base is growing, but you're not relying on other people to hold you up is definitely sort of commendable.
Yeah, that's why I always look back at Ray. I think
3 years
Ray's
in a row,
accomplishment is just
madness.
incredible.
Do you think even back then, considering that it wasn't as popular and there weren't that many players, it was still impressive to win 3 times?
100%. Look, it's a different game now. The average skill level of players is exponentially higher, but at the same time, it will. This is why I want Ray to come back. I was even saying it to him at Worlds this year. I said, come back and play. I was like, you need to show the new kids on the block who Ray Rizzo is, and he's more than capable of doing it. I still stand by that he's probably the greatest player of all time.
Really?
He's more than capable. Yeah, 100%. Guy is just made different.
Yeah, but he hasn't won anything past the Worlds, has he?
Yeah, but he's never had a full season playing properly. And the fact that when he puts time into it, like this year, he put time into it, qualify for the Japanese nationals, right?
Yeah.
And he got screwed out of it because of that whole situation that happened. So it's like, how can you kind of showcase your skills or what you can do in the format when you're getting handicapped all the time by these things? And obviously, life gets in the way as well. Sometimes I don't think he's been able to really put the time in like he used to, into the game. So, there was some positive signs coming out from him to say he might have
just
a go, have a crack at it this year. And I said to him, I was like, it's in Hawaii now, Ray. You know that is the last place that you won the world championships,
you
right?
have to
It's
defend
home
your
ground.
title.
You've got to go back. You've got to give it a
How
good practice
sick
next
would
year.
it be, bro, if he goes to Worlds and wins again in Hawaii?
That'd be
Literally,
incredible.
that
I'd love
would
to see it.
cement it, bro. That would be
Yeah,
so sick.
yeah,
I think everyone
yeah.
would be rooting for him. It'd be hard not to.